Welcome back, guys. This is what if Naruto had half hot and half cold. It's been a few days, like 2-3 days since I've continued this what if. I know I said I will finish my other what ifs before I continue these, but I've realized that my other what ifs aren't that popular compared to like the latest parts aren't as popular as this what ifs part 1, so I want to see if this one will do better. I will be still finishing what if Naruto took his ninja life seriously. Then I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish in 2 more parts, but I hope you guys like this part of what if Naruto had half hot and half cold. Last time we left off with Naruto's teams being announced. So team 10 has so the only changes are team 7, 8 and 10. So since Naruto wasn't dead at the dead last and he was near the middle, he is put in a team with Shikamaru, Choji and him, and Ino is in team 8, is replacing Kiba. So it's Shino, Ino and Hinata, and Kiba replaces Naruto in team 7. So those are the new teams, and Asuma is still Naruto team 10. So the senseis are the same. I'm not going to change the senseis because there's no point in this. I would change Kurona if Naruto was in team 8, but let's not do that now. And Asuma is still the sensei for team 10, and Asuma does know Naruto because he is the third Hokage's son, and he knows that Naruto is basically family to him now, and says, "Oh, Naruto, so you're in my team?" And Naruto's like, "Yes, would Naruto be, yeah, that would be his uncle." He says, "Yes, Uncle Asuma." And Naruto, Shikamaru and Choji are completely confused. They're like, "Uncle, what do you mean by Uncle Asuma?" And Naruto's like, should I tell them Uncle Asuma? And Asuma's like, "Just call me Asuma Sensei from now on." And he says, "Yeah, go on." And Naruto tells them that he was adopted by the third Hokage's daughter, and not, yeah, let's just say daughter. And sorry guys, and everyone's completely, well, Choji and Shikamaru are so confused right now, and they realize why Naruto is so strong, and out of nowhere he did become really smart. And Naruto tells them that he does have a Kikagenkai, which is ice, his right side using ice and left side using fire, just like Todoroki. Yes, I love Todoroki now. Like, I haven't even finished My Hero Academia, and he's literally my favorite character. And Naruto does show them that he can use ice and fire at the same time, and he wants to show off a bit. And Naruto does basically the thing Todoroki did in the sports festival against Bakugo to trap him in the ice, but then Bakugo got out, of course, because OP. I was gonna swear there. Whatever, he's so OP, I don't understand how he got out of that ice jail. Like, he should have been frozen. So they're all surprised that Naruto has this much power. Even Asuma's surprised because last time he saw Naruto was like a year or maybe a year and a half ago. And he didn't remember Naruto being this strong. And then they say, "How you gonna get rid of this?" And Naruto does the same move, but this time with fire, and he just melts it. And there is a big wave, and everyone gets wet. And they say, "Naruto, why?" And Naruto says, "Don't worry, guys, I can dry you all up." And he dries them up with the heat of his fire. So Naruto, oh, the heater. So Naruto and Shikamaru and Choji do get asked the same question that Kakashi asks Team 7, "What are your dreams, your dislikes and likes?" And Naruto says, well, Shikamaru says, "I like sleeping. I dislike when my mom wakes me up, and my dream is, to be honest, I don't really have one. And Choji's like, my likes are eating, and dislikes are doing long jobs, and and my dream is to be honest, I don't think he has a dream either. And Naruto says, my likes are training, my dislikes are seeing my family sad, and my dream is to protect my family till the day I die. And Naruto says that with such confidence that he believes that he can protect his family until he dies. Until the day he dies out of old age. While Asuma is really surprised that Naruto is at such young ages thinking like this, and is such young boy thinking like a Hokage already, because the Hokages usually think like, oh, I'm going to protect the village, even with my life, I'm going to and everything. And Asuma is really surprised, and so they do have a like, Asuma gives them the day off and says, tomorrow morning I want you to meet me up at this time. And Naruto's like, are we going to have some kind of test? And Asuma's like, yes. But he doesn't tell them not to eat breakfast because he wants them to pass. He's not really as sadistic as Kakashi and as strict. And then he says, how about we all go for barbecue? Because you just became a team. And Choji agrees. Naruto says, hey Shikamaru, do you want to? And Shikamaru's like, you might as well, it's a free meal, and I'm sure Asuma sensei will pay for this. And Asuma realizes that he will have to pay a lot, since he knows Naruto likes to eat, and when he does eat, it's a lot, but that's usually ramen. He doesn't know about barbecue. And Choji would eat anything, and his eating habits are madness. Like, he eats bears a lot. So they go out. Asuma's wallet is pretty much empty by now. He probably doesn't even have enough to pay his rent for the month. And they go off and say thank you to Asuma. But Naruto, Shikamaru, and Choji do meet up with Shino and Hinata, and they do hang out, and they do have some kind of little training session with each other. And because Naruto has influenced them to train, and they do train a bit, and Naruto does tell Hinata and Shino about his Kekkei. Well, not Kekkei, it's a quirk, but they call it Kekkei. So them two are surprised that Naruto had such power, and he's not even the best in the class. And Naruto says, well, to be the best in the class, it's not about strength, it's about knowledge in the academy. So I would never be able to beat Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno and Yu Hinata, since you guys are the smartest. And Shikamaru just doesn't try, even though if he tried, he'd probably be the best of the best. And everyone agrees with that, and Shikamaru's like, no, like, even if I tried, I wouldn't be the best. But everyone's like, yeah, Shikamaru, we all know you're too modest. And everyone starts laughing, and Shikamaru does give off a laugh as well. And they say it's getting pretty late, our parents are going to shout. And Naruto's like, oh no, mother is going to shout. And Naruto runs off at top speeds, because now that he has someone waiting for him, worrying about him, if he stays out for too long, he knows he will get a good beating. So Naruto goes home, runs off as fast as he can. So they go home. Naruto arrives just in time before curfew and says, I'm home. And his mother's like, you just came in time before I had to go out and search for you and beat your ass. She's like Tsunade. She speaks like Tsunade, but when Konohamaru is around, she does speak modestly. But of course, she used to be a ninja as well, but now she just gave up because she has 2 sons now, and she can't go out on missions. So technically, she was in a team with some other Jonin who have died in missions, and she gave up afterwards. And one of the people who died was her husband, and she literally gave up and started taking care of Konohamaru until she adopted Naruto and started taking care of both of them. So that's a little backstory about their mother. And Naruto says, I'll be going to I'm going to take a bath and then come eat dinner. And Konohamaru's well, his mom's like, yeah, Konohamaru has already had his shower bath and he's ready to eat, so be quick. And Naruto's like, just give me 10 minutes, and they're like, okay. Konohamaru's like, big brother's back, and hugs him and everything. And then Konohamaru says, so how's whose team are you? And then Naruto's like, my sensei is Asuma's uncle Asuma, and my two teammates are Shikamaru and Choji. And they're really happy that Naruto is with someone that from his family, and they know that that will make him stronger, because he will still try to protect his family member, because he did say his dream is to protect his family, and that counts as everyone, the third Hokage, Asuma, Konohamaru and his mom. So now Naruto goes to sleep after eating, because the next day he has to wake up at 6 a.m. to do his exam, and he sleeps and he wakes up at 5:30ish. He has a bath, he brushes his teeth, he has breakfast and goes off. He meets up with Shikamaru and Choji around like 5:50. He did that all in 20 minutes, yes, because they do live close to each other. And so they meet up with Asuma, and Asuma does tell them about the bell test. And Choji points out that there's only two, and Shikamaru's like, then one of us will have to go back to the academy. And Naruto's like, but I want all three of us to pass. And Asuma's like, that's pretty much impossible. But then when they spread out into the forest, well, they do have a training ground like Team 7's one, but just a bit different. When they spread out, when they scatter, and Shikamaru does find Choji and Naruto and tells them, this is probably a test of our teamwork, because I've never heard of a team with just a Jonin leader and 2 Genin. I've only heard a Jonin leader and 3 Genin. And they agree with Shikamaru, and Shikamaru makes up a plan that Naruto will distract Asuma, and Choji then will use his body expansion jutsu, and use his human boulder jutsu as well to make Asuma dodge. And as soon as he touches the ground, Shikamaru will use his shadow possession to stop Asuma in his tracks. And then Naruto will use his ice Kekkei Genkai to completely freeze Asuma, so he won't be able to move anymore. And then Choji will take the 2 bells, and then he tells, oh, my bed is dead. So he tells Choji to give the bells to to Shikamaru and Naruto. So and then tells Choji to say to Asuma, I'd rather let my 2 teammates pass than only passing and choosing someone to go back to the academy. I'd rather go back to the academy myself. And Choji says, I would say that anyways. And they both agree, because Choji does literally love his friends, and he would never turn his back to a friend. It's basically like Naruto, just a Choji version, because he is Choji. So they put the plan on, and it actually works. Naruto does freeze him, and Choji does break into the bell, so he breaks the bell with the ice and just takes the bells. And Asuma's like, damn, if this was a fight to the death, I'd probably die. Because, no, not really, because he could break out the shadow possession jutsu, since he's just a Genin Shikamaru doing it. So that's the bell test done. And so so now is the 1 month of D-ranked missions. So they passed, and Naruto's really happy about this. And Asuma says they have done rest of the day off, and tomorrow at 8 a.m. they will go and get their first ever mission. And so Naruto and Shikamaru and Choji do go, and they meet up with Ino, Hinata, and Shino because they passed their bell test as well, and they do hang out till like around 6 p.m. in the evening till they all have to go back home. And once they go back home, Naruto tells his mother, the third Hokage already knows about this. He's about to come back from work, and he also tells his little brother, which his little brother Konohamaru is really happy and jumps to Naruto, says, "My big brother is a ninja now. I'm going to become just as strong as him one day." And Konohamaru's mother's like, "Wow, Naruto has really grown. He's grown a lot since he was since he was 9. It's been 3 years, and look at him. He's already a ninja." And she kind of had tears in her eyes, and Naruto's like, "Mom, why are you crying?" And she's like, "I'm just so proud." And Naruto's like, "Don't cry. I want to become a ninja just for you guys, and I want to protect you guys." And this just makes her cry a bit harder, and then Naruto tries to console her and says, "It's fine, I won't." And then she's like, "I'm just worried that you might get hurt in the mission." And Naruto's like, "It's fine, I will never get hurt as long as as long as I have you guys to protect. I won't die or anything like that. I promise that." And Naruto does promise that, and he goes and has a shower. I mean, a bath, and they do have dinner as soon as Hiruzen comes back. And this time Asuma joins them, and Asuma's like, "Naruto's really strong. Him, Shikamaru, and Choji even immobilized me in, and if that was a real fight and I was in that situation, I'm pretty sure anyone would have killed me." And Naruto's like, "But I'm sure you could have broke out the shadow possession jutsu. You're a Jonin after all, and Shikamaru is still a Genin." And the third Hokage says he's got a point there. You could have broken out, but you just let them because you don't want to ruin the moment. And Asuma's like, "Well, it was their first ever time they fought together, and so well, since from what I've read, they've never really fought together. I knew they were friends, but from the files it said that they never had combat experience, and that was the first time, so I didn't really want to ruin the moment." And then Naruto asks about the other teams, like Team 7, and because he knows Kiba is kind of the friend, because Kiba did ask them for help a lot of times, and he asks, "How did Kiba's team do?" And the third Hokage said that they barely passed because they couldn't use teamwork, and then Kiba did try to go against Kakashi on his own, and Naruto kind of laughed at this, and it's like, "Well, that's Kiba for you." And everyone kind of laughed and said, "Well, apparently he was actually pretty good, and he did still get tied up to the pole and couldn't have lunch until Sasuke and Sakura offered him lunch, and they said, if you..." And the Kakashi let them pass, and then he gave them the speech, and Hiruzen does give the speech as well. And Naruto realizes that his comrades are more important than the rules, and his loved ones are more important than the rules. He'd rather break rules just to save someone he loves or one of his comrades. So Naruto has kind of a revolution in his head. It's like, because he used to follow rules a lot, and he thought that he kind of had a little bit of the mindset of Kakashi when before Obito gave him that speech, and Naruto did change his mindset, and so Naruto now, the next morning, he does go to with his team to get his first mission, and his first mission is a D ranked, and they keep doing D ranked missions for a full month until Naruto kind of gets tired of them and says, "Hey, grandfather, can we not have a C ranked mission? I'm sure me, Shikamaru, and Choji, and especially Uncle Asuma are more than capable to handle a C or even a B ranked mission." And in this month, I need to mention this, or you guys are gonna get confused in the next mission. So in this month, Naruto has been training in his flying Raijin. He did make a seal on it, and he put the Uzumaki seal. And his kunai is kind of like Minato's, just that instead of the black bits on Minato's one, you know, the actual metal was black. His one is white, and the engraving is black, and the handle is black as well. So the engraving is on the actual metal of the kunai instead of the handle. And Naruto can teleport with it. But it's chakra draining, but it can come in really handy when he's in a tough situation and a sticky situation that he can't really escape. And he can put his seal on other people. So Naruto is kind of overpowered, especially because he has half hot and half cold. He can use both, and he's starting to get used to using both of them together. He did use them once, but that was against Mizuki, and he was enraged, and the Ninetales did help him, and he wants to learn how to do it on his own, but he's not making too much progress there. He's making progress, but not as much as he did with the flying Raijin. So Naruto does ask him, and Hiruzen's like, but I'm not sure, because I haven't really seen much improvement in your skills. And Naruto says it's because I've been training in using this new technique I wrote down from, you know, that scroll, that the scroll incident. And he realizes Naruto must have learned the flying Raijin by now. And Naruto says, I can show you. And he decides to mark the table and get out of the room, and says, I'll be coming in, I'll be closing the door. And Naruto, well, he doesn't actually make a seal. He literally stabs a kunai into the table and into the desk, and he was just like, what are you doing? And he realizes what he's trying to do, and Asuma's kind of confused until Naruto closes the door and appears out of nowhere and says, it's kind of chakra, it drains a lot of chakra, but it's like it drains 10% of my chakra, so I can do 10 of them. So I usually always try to save 10% of my chakra if I want to escape something like a sticky situation or life or death situation, and it's just me and my team has gotten away, and I could just go as well. And Hiruzen realizes that Naruto is no ordinary genin. Not only he was already high tier tuning level, thanks to his Kekkei, but now he's even Jonin level. He could even put up a fight against Kakashi, and maybe even Guy maybe not, since he does have the gates, but maybe Kakashi might have a little bit of a hard time if Naruto flying Raijin doesn't drain that much chakra. And he realizes Naruto just needs a bit like a few more weeks of training to get used to the chakra drain of the flying Raijin, and all Naruto has to do is continue his chakra training drills, the chakra control drills that he does every morning. He still does them, just saying, if I didn't mention it. I'm pretty sure I didn't mention it, but let's not talk about that. So Naruto still does them, and every day it's getting easier for him to use the flying Raijin, until it's going to be he can spam it like the fourth Hokage, his father. Naruto does find this out, or I'm pretty sure he found this out. If he didn't, he's going to find out anyways, because of the Ninetales incident. I'll say he doesn't know yet. He doesn't know about his father and mother, that they had the Kekkei themselves, except for even though Minato had the same hair as Naruto, he didn't have half hot and half cold, because he was just half Uzumaki and half Hatake. So he wasn't Minato Uzumaki. He was a relative of Kakashi, and Kakashi thought of him like an older brother or uncle, and he was really sad when he died. But since the Uzumaki is the Uzumaki clan is more powerful than the Hatake clan, uh, Minato does take the Uzumaki name, even though I'm pretty sure his mother was an Uzumaki and his father was a Hatake. So, and Naruto does get the same hair because of the Hatake heritage and the Uzumaki heritage. So, Naruto is a Hatake and Uzumaki, and also Kakashi knows about this and thinks of Naruto like a little brother, and he always keeps an eye on Naruto, even though Naruto doesn't notice him. He, instead of the Anbu looking, remember when the Anbu used to always take a look at Naruto just in case. They always used to surveillance for Naruto. It was actually Kakashi this time, and Kakashi reports to the third Hokage, and the third Hokage can see through the crystal ball, but in case anything happens, he can't just go through the crystal ball to Naruto, so he needs always someone to be near him, since he is the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. So Naruto doesn't know about his heritages, so, and the third Hokage decides to give them the Tazuna mission because Naruto asked it before Sasuke and Kiba got tired of their D-ranked mission, so they get Tazuna's mission, and Team 7 does get a C-ranked mission of escorting someone, but that just remains a C-ranked mission. And Tazuna does still make the same joke about Choji, and instead of making a joke about Naruto's height, he makes a joke about Choji's Choji being fat, and Choji, everyone knows that if you call Choji fat, he gets really angry, and he does get Choji is fuming, and Shikamaru has to use the shadow possession jutsu to stop him from attacking their client, and the client is like, whoa, calm down, fatso. And Shikamaru's like, call him that one more time and I'll let him go. And Naruto does let out a bit of his coldness by giving Tazuna a cold look, saying that is telling Tazuna to stop picking on Choji, or bad things are going to happen to him. I'm not going to say. I was gonna say a swear word, but of course I cannot swear. And Naruto does give him the look, and Tazuna's like, alright, I'm sorry. And Naruto brings back his cold air, and everyone's like, whoa, Naruto can is basically Naruto's cold air and the warm air is like his bloodlust. He wasn't like bloodlust when he is in a bloodlusted state. I have said that 3 times now. You can feel the bloodlust 4 times. So I will end this part here. So what if Naruto had half hot and half cold part 2 here, and I will be uploading this, and then tomorrow I'm probably gonna make one more what if now and upload that as well. And tomorrow morning I will be tomorrow I will be finishing off my what if Naruto took his ninja life seriously. It's because I've been uploading really late these past few days because of some exporting problems. Today my Kind Master was just bugging out, and I will be taking off the watermark soon. Once this coronavirus is over, I will be taking off the watermark. I will be buying the premium version. I would rather use Premiere Pro, but of course my laptop is too old and I need a new one. And if I do get a new one, I will get Premiere Pro. And also I want you guys to go and follow me on Twitter, because I will be posting a lot of things to do with the channel and updates with the channel. And also I want you guys to go subscribe to my friend RATREET, who made my new Discord channel and Discord server, and I want you all to go join my Discord, because when I hit 100 members and 300 subscribers on YouTube, so 100 members on the Discord the server, and 300 subscribers on my channel, I will be doing a Q&A. Or if you can get my 2 friends to 200 subscribers, and Miniman and my friend RATREET, if you can get them to 200 subscribers, both of them, and if you can hit 300 subscribers with me, I will be doing a Q&A. I will be leaving to ask me questions. You can ask me on Discord and Twitter. I will be doing both, so I won't be doing all of them if there's too many. If there's like 100, which is probably impossible, I won't be doing all of them. If there's like around 48 to 50, I will do it, unless they're too personal. And so how this is going to work is basically I'm going to ask my friend to make a new a new channel on the server, and we will say Q&A, and it will be up for 24 hours for everyone, and then we will make it private, and then the next day I will be recording my Q&A. But that's only if you can get 100 members on my Discord, and if you can hit 300 subscribers, or you can get my two friends Miniman at 123 and RATREET to 200 subscribers each, and me to 300. They're really close to 200, so it's not much, like around 40 or maybe 30 subscribers away, if not 50 maximum. But I'm sure they're really close. If you can get, if they're more further away, like 70 or 80, I hope I'm really want you to guys to get them to 200 subscribers. And thank you for listening. Hope you all enjoyed. Please take care, stay safe, stay indoors, don't go out too much because of this coronavirus, and peace.